Convergent Nation, welcome. How is everyone? It's hard to believe we're almost halfway through December and 2020 is quickly coming to a close. And I know we all want to get on to 2021. It's a really odd time, right? We have the holidays, we're in the midst of the holidays, and those will continue for the days and weeks to come. We're in the midst of perhaps the most difficult part of this pandemic, and we can see the sheer number of cases going up every day, and tragically the number of deaths here at the same time. And we've talked about this all year, and we've heard what the doctors and the experts have said, and by and large have been pretty accurate. I want to give you a real life example of Convergent and how we're managing through this. Recently, there's a pretty significant effort the team in LA is working on at the LAX airport. And we have a team of 6 people. We actually have a bigger team than that, but there's 6 of our colleagues that go to work there. They go into a work trailer every day and they all wear masks, right? And they work. It's not easy. No one's saying it's easy to wear a mask all day long and do your job, and gets tiring, and you hate to do it, but we're told it's the right thing to do. Well, interestingly enough, one of they're not the only 6 people in the trailer. We actually have other contractors that share that trailer with them, and one of the contractors unfortunately had COVID, came down with COVID, and they were actually wearing a mask also. Interestingly enough, now post this, we've been tracking this. None of our other 6 colleagues, thankfully, to date, have come down with COVID, right? I'm not going to say that this is scientific proof that, the mask is the difference. What I'm telling you is that clearly it made an impact, right? And we continue to learn tons about this. Laura is going to be sending out an email this week that, details a treatment regimen that DuPage Medical has come up with that, we've talked about a little bit in the past, and certainly want you to get with your doctors should you come down with COVID, but some really good advice there. And then ultimately, this week here, perhaps even today, as this video comes out, in the U.S., the FDA will be approving the Pfizer vaccine, and shortly thereafter Moderna's vaccine. We've talked to you about DuPage Medical and how they've helped advise us through this whole process. There's a gentleman there, Dr. Phillips, and he has been spot on with everything, really seeing through and reading, helping us understand what is being communicated to us. And we have so many different voices and news articles coming after us. He's been spot on. And one of the things he would say, and did say this week, is the vaccines, the effectiveness of the vaccines are far exceeding what anyone thought they were going to do. If you happen to recall back into the spring when they were first talking about these, they were talking about vaccines with effectiveness rates in the 60s, 50 and 60% rate, and they were very excited about that. These vaccines have proven to be 90+% effective, and that is going to help bring this pandemic to an end faster and in a shorter time period than they thought. And the governments around the world have done an amazing job, and you have to give them credit for rallying the resources to get these vaccines going. And obviously there's a lot of people in the world that need to be vaccinated. It's going to take some time, but terrific progress. So hopefully we'll see in the U.S. and Canada. We're already seeing the U.K. populations all vaccinated here in by the spring, right? And I'm gonna be optimistic and say by March that we'll see that those vaccinations come into play, and we'll be able to get back to life as we somewhat knew it before. But I do think it's going to be a lot different as we go forward. And we've all learned how to work differently in this period, and we're going to want to continue to take the best of what we've learned and changed and carry that forward. So let's continue to keep all those that have COVID and have tragically, especially at the holidays, who have lost people, keep them in mind and keep them in your thoughts and prayers, and continue to stay safe, continue to do the right thing that everyone tells us to do, as difficult as it is. And it is a major pain, right? There's no doubt about that. But we've got now a few months to go to get to the other side of this thing, and I will be thrilled for us. The second thing I want to talk about is we're in the midst of sales reviews. Matter of fact, I just dropped off of one with the team in Dallas, and every year we do these sales reviews with our account executives typically we travel around or try to travel around and get to as many of them as possible. They are, for me, one of the best times of the year, right? It really gives you great confidence. I wish everyone could see some of these to see how well positioned and how terrific of a job our commercial team is doing to help us continue to grow and drive the growth and success of companies that come forward. How our strategies are being deployed and utilized by the commercial team to help them grow. How we're continuing to do acquisitions and fold them into our strategies to reinforce them and grow is just terrific. And I think you'd all be equally as excited as we are when we come out of these sales reviews. It's just an awesome time of the year. It's a great way to, to really get a pulse on what's happening. It's a great way to understand where our competition's at and what they're up to. And it really helps us as we, it gives us the continued confidence to really continue to invest in the growth of our company and the resources that we need to drive it forward. And then the final point I'm going to make, the team up at SPC up in Minneapolis has been hard at work now for a little over 5 weeks, I think it is now. We're coming to the end of the 5th week with the deployment of D365. It's not been easy. It's team has worked incredibly hard to get it out and rolling it. We're learning tons just as we expected it to. We're seeing how it works, and we're seeing things already that we need to improve, but we're also seeing how it's really beginning to improve the processes and how the colleagues work through things. So a lot of work yet to be done. Next week, we have the first user acceptance test of the next phase of this that will happen, and then we're planning and hoping that come the beginning of February that our 210, the Minneapolis CTC, will be able to step into D365, and then the waves will continue from there. So a lot of work to be done between there. Know that there are countless colleagues that have really dedicated a tremendous amount of time and effort to making this a success. And, I think this is going to be a tool that, we will all look at and say, how did we get this far without this when it's all said and done? But, a lot of work between here and there to get it to move forward. So let me end by handing it off to Mike Mathis and Micah Carlson, and they're going to give you an update on Insight. Like everything through the pandemic, we've had to learn how to connect differently with our colleagues. We've had to learn how to connect differently, most importantly, with customers and staying in contact with them and helping them navigate this pandemic. And Insight was an incredible effort that the marketing team and the advanced solutions team pulled together, allowing us to reach and engage with hundreds of our customers. Micah and Mike will give you some more specifics about that, but it just demonstrates how we continue to lead our industry in ways that are new and different. And as terrific as the Insight event was, we learned a ton from it, and we're going to look forward to continue to leverage this tool and others as we work to support our customers and grow our customer base in the months and the years to come. So everyone, please stay well, stay safe, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll hand it off to Micah. Well done.
Yeah, hey, Ken. I wanted to start this off by saying thank you. Thank you to our colleagues, and thank you to our partners for stepping up and helping to deliver a successful Insight event for our customers. And during the 3-day event, we hosted nearly 700 one-on-one meetings where we were able to collaborate with our customers and work with them on how to leverage the latest technology and adapt to the changing business environment. We also hosted Insight Theater, where over 1,900 people live stream our panels on emerging trends, the evolution of fire and life safety, digital transformation, cybersecurity, and our keynote from Master Sergeant Cedric King on resilience and grit. And then finally, in our Insight virtual environment, we hosted 70 technology partner booths, which generated 13,000 views and visits over the course of the event. Now, looking forward to the future, we can already see how virtual will be incorporated into our 2021 events calendar, along with the opportunity to run physical, virtual, and hybrid events longer term. Ultimately, this allows us to collaborate with a much larger footprint of colleagues, partners, and customers from across the globe in a convenient and cost-effective way. Mike, over to you.
Thanks, Micah, and hello, Convergint Nation. As you've heard, Insight was a tremendous success. Now, the why behind Insight was really about being our customer's best service provider. Our customers and their needs for innovative solutions and thought leadership have only increased during the pandemic, while the vehicles available to them have decreased with traditional trade shows being canceled. Now, while these shows might see somewhat of a rebound in the future, we've pioneered a more timely and efficient process to this kind of thought leadership to market. Moving forward, we'll continue to invest and expand Insight. We'll bring new and innovative advanced solutions to the marketplace. We'll target specific vertical markets and focus in on global accounts, looking at their needs. And as our customers navigate through their own digital transformation, future Insight events will play a key role to introduce them to partners and solutions that will help them on this very important journey. The future is bright, and our Insight events will play a role in going forward and helping us support our customers. Now, I want to thank everyone involved in making Insight such a huge success. Have a safe and healthy day.